Right, my friends, it is the final reckoning with sniping. We're going to get started today with Psycho Sniper and Tarkov Shooter Part 8. Wonderful. Oh boy, so we've got to get 3 headshots in a row without dying with bolt action weapons. Marlin counts, though. Remember, the Marlin counts. We're going to have to think about our loadout. I had some thoughts, but I haven't fully decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. So we will see. And the mic again. Is it sounding weird? It is sounding weird. Oh, why did that always happen? I literally tested it like a few minutes ago. Where are we? Where's the thing, Bob? Manage the sound input devices. Not really. I've not found an easy way to fix this. Other than doing that. It's not very quick. But there's not really any way to do it. You kind of have to you either have to unplug the mic and plug it back in, which is a real faff. Or you have to turn it off in software and turn it back on again and then restart the audio system. It's really annoying. I don't know why it happens. It just randomly happens sometimes. And then sometimes the mic cuts out because of... It's when Tarkov loads, usually. It's really annoying. Anyway. So we're doing Psycho Sniper today. We're doing Psycho Sniper and Tarkov Shooter 8. Now, we're actually not starting from 0. Interestingly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we got 2 of them. That's big. That's big. Yeah, we're not starting from 0. Because I already have 2 kills for Psycho Sniper, interestingly enough. Because I was doing Tarkov Shooter 7. Ah, here we go. I was doing Tarkov Shooter Part 7, and it ended up giving me 2 kills for Psycho Sniper because I had that one active. Perfect. I should be getting some... Ah, here we go. Right. Okay, look, we've also got this. So we've got these things. I did something offline. I did record it, in fact. I want to see whether does this count? This counts for this, right? Surely. I was doing an experiment, a test to try and get So It Good done. It does count. So I went in with a blicky, with both my accounts onto Interchange, and played Protect the President with myself. Took in a blicky, shot myself with my other account, and then extracted both accounts in one raid, which is it was actually quite fun. I did it offline though because I can't really stream and have the game running on the other machine. The other machine's quite it's quite weak, and the way that I've got my stream set up, it uses up a lot of the GPU, so I can't do that really. But this seems to be the best way. So I did each part. Like, not every single part is under, but I think as long as the overall number is 75%, I believe this works because it's 0 to 75 now. So I believe if this number is under 75% overall, so what's that? Oh man, it's like it's 300 minus 12.5, I think. Is that right? So like 287.5, something around that. Anyway, that allows us to finally finish this blasted quest, which I've been waiting to do for ages. I had to do it at some point, and yeah, if you don't want to do it with other people, I've got this one as well, special offer. So now we just need the load bearing chest rig, and then we've got So It Good Part 3. So we'll hand in that one. That was the one that was locked. How'd you get the durability low enough? So that's why I've got like a blicky coming back. So I did it between my 2 PCs. So when I do the audio testing, I can run 2 machines in the same raid, and I just invited myself to a raid with my other computer and loaded both of them into Interchange, sat behind a load of crates and shot my character with my other character, and I brought in one of the toy guns with the disc shooter, and just bring loads. You need to bring loads in because you get one. So we just established, right? And I actually thought for a minute that I'd screwed it up and I hadn't brought enough in. So you need, as we said, so you need it was like 350 times 0.75. So you need to get it down to 262.5. Oh, I managed to screw up the maths there somehow, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So you need 88 shots I tried helping a buddy and killed him with a pistol. Just take something really low pen. It does 1 damage per thing, per shot. So you need 88 of them at least to get the overall durability down low enough. And then I chucked it and got it back in insurance. Steps this man will take to avoid playing with other people. I did, but it was taking so many shots. It does. It takes a lot. It takes like, as I say, it takes like 90. It takes like 90 shots. The blicky goes burr. It does. I have I actually have the footage. This was me earlier. This was me loading in with my other account into a live raid, nonetheless. So here, this is account number 1, and then you can hear account number 2. So this is my second account. This is the account I do all the audio testing on. So I chucked over a hat to stop him getting cold. You know, gotta be kind. Gotta be kind to our other PMC. So this is also me. I have two mice connected, so I literally play on two computers. So that's also me. I actually have the footage from the other side too. So I went over just to like see if there was anybody coming or anything like that, and then I transferred the blicky over. I actually didn't realize that these discs they're not like, the mag's not replaceable. Like, I didn't think about this. It's like the classic noob mistake of bringing like the mag in. But anyway, I unloaded. But I had enough discs, so it was fine. Then took my guy, loaded the blicky in, looked up. I was like, yeah, this is some of the strangest footage or strangest thing I've ever had to do in a video game. And as you can see, it hits it one at a time. I think I was doing left shoulder on this one. Yeah. There you go. And then after that, I had to play Protect the President with my account, because I thought, like, after I'd done it, I mean, I chucked the Zabrallo away to get it back in insurance, but I was like, well, we may as well like get out of the raid now. So I ended up protecting my second account, which was quite funny. And where did I get up to? Yeah, so I got my guy up to here. The way BSG intended it, exactly. And then I got to here, and I was like, I think I was moving my dude up. Was it here? Yeah. And then I was like, wait, that's not me. And there was some other guy. So I'm here with my 2 accounts, like a real doofus. I waited for this guy to turn power on, and then lo and behold. So yeah, it was quite fun. It was quite fun. Anyway. I guess it's tended to get you to go into raid wearing it, get into fights, and survive and extract. Yeah, that's the idea, but the fact, because the soft armor takes so long to damage, it's just like, it just isn't really doable. There we go. So I've got, oh, yeah, nearly accepted that. Whew. So we've got these. Finally, we can hand these things in, these blasted things. Finally. I've been holding on to these since like probably about day 2 of the wipe. Okay, let's hand these guys in then. And then I need 2 black rocks as well. Wonder which ones have got what in them. Oh, they've all got loads of junk. Okay, well, that's fine. There'd be a better way to use this space up anyway. No space for this item. I think that's because I didn't do it with the sorting table. I did it straight into my inventory. So my real inventory is going to be a mess, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Dump all this out. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. May as well keep that one. That's some morphines. And a splint. Alright. Oh, and a blood set. Okay. Everyone is rich this wipe? Hell yeah, they are. This is the fat cat's wipe. Everyone is very wealthy. So then this allows you to craft the tactics. And then living high is not crime. Just like the lions, the horses. This is going to be a real This is going to be a real one, this is. Golden egg. Talk about XP. Right, charisma brings success. I've been putting off doing this for ages. Textiles. What's this one? This is aramids and paracords. Ripstop fabrics. Do you have a thermal? Could be worth spotting people. I do have one, yeah. Living high is not a crime, part 2. Double teapot. Double vase. Raven. Okay, so we need one more teapot. One more raven. I think I have them, but I think they're just in. So that's locked because it's Kappa. The raven one's also Kappa. Let me just go and have a look though. I think I might have them in here. One teapot, one raven. Am I missing something? What was the other one? Let me hand these in and then we'll check it out. So yeah, teapot, raven. Oh, we need another raven. I need another raven and then an axle parrot. Oh, I don't have another one. Okay. Well, I'll just have to look out for it. You could do the Mastician figurine in the Cult Circle of a Raven. Good plan. Good plan. Do you need them for anything else? You just need it for Kappa, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll do that one then. And then we need Axle. Is there an Axle? Was there an Axle craft? I forget. I'm gonna say, it surprised me how far you can see with the winter season. Essentially remove soft cover. Yeah, it's good. Yo, morning from the US. Hey, Chris. Hey, had a great night. Love your videos. Excellent. Well, you'll probably like the next set coming up. Have you seen that Pharmacy on Interchange has been popping off? Yeah. Is that Necropham or the other one? The main one? What's it called? The old usual spot. I say, like, there's a lot of places that seem to be pretty good right now. A lot of people are saying. How do I unlock labs? You have to go through the what you call it, the tour quest line. Here we go. Gonna fix my issues. I'm not sure if it's gonna let me accept this. It has. Okay, good. Alright, I'm gonna fix my issues once again with Reffington. This is gonna be the wipe in the thick case, I'm telling you. This one locked? Yeah, that's locked. Daddy ref. I don't even care anymore. We're just abusing the crap out of it. I'm doing good average. What's up, mate? That's the 3-minute one. Avoid that one. We need this on 37 seconds. That's the guy. That's the guy. Okay, so we do need to craft some more of this then. So we need to craft Ripstop. When did you need of these? Did they change this? Yeah. It used to be something weird. It was like 3 for 2 or something. But it's not quite the same anymore. Okay, we got a bunch of gear, but we'll just shovel this in here for a minute so I can actually at least just accept it. Okay,
Hi Giga, what are the tactics for Pistol Sniper?
Pistol Sniper. Well, we're about to talk about that in a very, very, very short second. We're very close. We're very close to going through the deal for that one. Wait, is this different to that one? Hold on. Do I have 2? Oh, I have 2 crates, apparently. Yeah, so the issues with Psycho Sniper, so you have to get 5 kills without dying. So I was thinking about this. There's like, you don't need to just exclusively use the bolt action if you think you're going to die, right? Because on the other quests, you kind of want to force the usage. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to force the usage of the bolty for the other one to make sure that you're not missing opportunities. But this quest is a little different because you want to make sure that you're not just like dying when you shouldn't be, because you obviously that's going to reset the quest, right? So it's a little more nuanced. Because I was thinking originally, my first initial thought was, what happens if we take a Marlin and a suppressed bolty, like a M700 or something. So I have a Marlin with a red dot and a bolt. So then I'm bolt actioning no matter which, but one's for close range, one's for longer ranges. Why did my chat give it out loud? It's because the chat message was with your sub. So if you sub or do bits over a certain threshold, then it gets read out. Bring back the old Tarkov Shooter 8. Which one are you referring to? I don't even remember which ones they were now. I got the Tigs thing. The Tigs 69 brain rot item. It actually does say 6-7 inch on here. It's quite funny. Right, Kappa. You know what? These drops and everything are making this not too bad. Here's my really complicated tracker. Super complex. I just added these at the bottom because they weren't on the original one because these got added later. So the Tigs one's done. Nice. So now we're really close actually. Anti-Cax, somehow I haven't seen this. Willer's Wallet, a Glorious E-Mask, and a Peanut Nutsack Balaclava. Curious. Doing setup 2 months into the wipe is just fabulous. Yeah. It's not too. You gotta play very deliberately with it, but yeah. Be unseen rather than short distance. Mark said he would do it on factory, not feasible for me being a mere mortal. Yeah, I mean, I think. So there's a couple of like ways that this could go down, and I'm still musing about it. So yeah, I was thinking about like the DVL thing combined with the Marlin. There's the way that you can make it work on factory quite well is if you use the XMC. If you're doing Kappa, you have to get a hunting trip done anyway. And so you'll have the XMC unlocked. Now the XMC isn't really that good in the grand scheme of things. However, it is quite good at killing players with class 4 on. So the main problem that you have is if somebody's wearing, like, for example, a Bagari rig, it won't one-shot them even with the FMJ ammo because of the waterfall of like damage being absorbed, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. However, against class 4 people, you'll just like one-tap them. I'm going to say on YouTube since Twitch drops ended. Yeah, there are more Twitch drops, by the way, for Arena. If you want to go over and watch people on Arena, go and grab those. But yeah. You still have your own stream item? I mean, to be fair, there's loads of us. There's loads of us. Jesse, me, Airwing. There's like tons of people who I don't know whether we ever will, to be honest. I feel like Jesse might, because he's big enough. I feel like he might get one. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I don't know. Yeah, Marlin will tell everyone where you are. That's true, but I don't know if somebody's like right up in my grill. They're gonna know where I am anyway, so I'd rather have that for CQB. Do you know what I mean? I found the dumbbell in Resort. No, I was taking that with me. I had 4 different quest items. Yeah, true. When everyone was having non-sync problems with Arena, I was fine, and now my XP is not syncing. Yeah, I think mine caught up the other day, but yeah, it is quite problematic. So yeah, anyway, so let's go back to this. So we've got. So I've got 2 kills already. And no kills for this one. Oh yeah, the old Tarkov Shooter 8 was 3 kills in 1 raid without just in one raid, right? Or was it even headshots? I don't remember. It might even have been headshots. So it wasn't even like without dying, because by definition you couldn't die onwards, and you had to get it all done in one raid. So you had to find 3 players, which is actually kind of the hardest thing. Yeah, so this is the thing, right? We've got a couple of different options. So we've got the Marlin, obviously, which is the fastest fire rate. It's easiest to kill people, but everybody knows where you are, so it increases your chance of dying quite a lot. It's good for the normal shooter quests, like multi-shooter quests, because you just care about kills, you don't care about the downside. But this quest is both, right? It's like kills or headshots, depending on which one you're looking at, without dying. So the death part actually matters now. We're not just trying to rack up as many kills as possible. Then we've got the M700, which is what I've got here, or something equivalent like a DVL, or even a tick like a what's it called, a T5000 or an SV98 or something like that, right? Anything like that that packs a real punch. You can technically 2-shot somebody through the chest with it. Technically, you don't really want to get into that though if you can help it, and that's more like your traditional bolty action. And then we've got the XMC, which I should have it unlocked over here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you can do XMC. This thing is a lumbering beast. Against players who have got class 5 on, it's actually strictly worse than the M700 because it won't one-shot them. It can, if you hit the neck, it can. If someone gets too close, I would want to put them down and not die. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, if someone gets too close, do you want to Marlin them, or do you just want to take like an M4 or like an NL545, an AK-12 or something, right? RD704, so something that is actually going to kill them, rather than like sacrificing a bit of survivability for the possibility to get another kill for the quest. It's a tricky one, to be honest. Although I think the survivability probably trumps it. I think maybe it depends on what raid you're in, actually. Like, if you're on raid 1 and you haven't got any of them, you haven't got any of the kills, then maybe it's worth it to just take the Marlin. But like, once you've got a couple of kills, then you probably want to like hold on to them, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you're a few kills up. Yeah. You have the Sacco unlocked. No, I don't do that other one. That's not required for Kappa, so. Hey, Timothy Lamb, what's up, buddy? Just 3 bolty kills in 1 raid. Yeah, the old one, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, the Sacco, I don't think it really helps. It's like the same bullet, ultimately. Doesn't really matter too much. Oh, I need that for this other quest. So yeah, I'm still not sure exactly what we're gonna do with this. Does the pure AP one shot? It does. So that does help. I have 20. You can't buy them anywhere. But I potentially have 20 shots with this guy. So we could utilize that a little. You know, we have the means for it. The question is, like, where to go as well. Like, where do we actually want to be? What's the weather like in EFT right now, just in general? Cloudy? Has anyone played? Is it foggy at all? Labs. Love it. What do you think is the harder one? Psycho or the Tarkov shooter one? Probably the... I don't know, it's hard. Woods around the area between Flare and USAC. Maybe bring your thickest gear in factory. With the flare, hide and try to spot people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. Got to decide on a good strategy here. I think the headshots one probably is harder, strictly speaking. Oops, check that in there by accident. I would think. factory, AX50 and AP. How much did you... How did you get the AP, Ida? I have 20. Yeah, pick a map you feel best on, I know. I don't know, like, I feel sort of like I'm in a weird spot right now where I don't feel like that bad on really any of them. I'm feeling a little more like flexible than usual. Labs, I have 150. Okay, I've been to labs. I only have 20, so I could do it. Yeah, stay away from resort, absolutely. Like, we're going to be outside. Like, I'm very much an outside kind of snipey person anyway. Yo, Pat, what's up? All the open maps give you a chance just falling over to bullshit with other snipers. The problem, it's hard playing against full auto dudes, though, isn't it? AXMC interchange outskirts. Let me just have a look. There's no range requirement on this, so yeah, woods with an M700 thermal on the side arm, but I don't think it's viable during the snow. Yeah, I don't think the thermal's really as necessary, is it? Do I need Capitax's terminal? No, they're separate. They're separate. Sniper rock on woods with a flare. I don't like sniper rock on woods with a flare because a lot of the distances are over 250. The flare stops working. Yeah, I still have a high chance of running into naked people on labs. Sorry, factory. Yeah, if you stay away from the office. It's true. It's true. I feel like on factory though, you got to commit to the bolty if you're going to do that though, because you don't have time to like spy the guy and then swap. I feel like on some of the other maps you get a chance to spy them and then swap. I mean, shoreline exterior short. The problem is just some of the spawns on shoreline are just so abysmal. Like shoreline, I'm pretty comfortable in general on shoreline exterior, but some of the spawns are just abysmal. That first like 10 seconds of the raid, well, 20 seconds is like it's quite fraught with risk. Like woods is at least a lot safer to spawn in. The spawns on woods are a lot better, but then getting the actual sight line is harder on the flip side, because sometimes you just don't see anybody and people are more likely to like sneak about and camp on woods, whereas on shoreline people tend to be moving from one place to another usually. Yeah, don't put thermal on the bolty. No. There's never going to be a thermal on the bolty. I'm confident with Ground Zero. Not for sniping. I don't mind it, assault rifles, but not for sniping. I'm just going to get killed from one of the like random windows or something. I only did shootable in heaven with it at close range of the Marlin. That's not good. That's not good for me, I don't think. But it's either going to be like reserve is kind of a rogue choice. The spawns on this are kind of rubbish as well, but like I actually reserve I'm like about, you know, but I'm actually sort of torn 50-50 between these two, believe it or not. And then maybe between these two. I'm also sort of like I'm sort of half thinking about customs. Yeah, trusting the shoreline spawns. I know I don't trust the spawns, but I like the map. I trust the spawns, but I find it harder to get kills on. I don't like the spawns on interchange, and there's just no cover on this map, which makes it kind of hard. And then reserve. The problem with reserve is it's just a bit dangerous. So like there's not really a way to get yourself. You can get some good shots on here. I actually found reserve shootable in heaven a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, and I quite like reserve outside. Yeah, woods for survivability. I think the woods has to be the answer, because this quest is more about not dying than it is about getting the kills. Like, sure, you got to get the kills, right? But it's more about not dying. Like, dying is more of a critical factor in this than I think, like, getting lots of chances to get the kills. So I feel like it has to be woods. I feel like it has to be woods. Customs kills at the choke points. Well, possible. You can. It depends how slow you want to take it. Like, customs is okay later on if you're in raid for a long time, because you can be at one of the choke points. Like, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit slow, bit of a slow one, but yeah, don't rush and greed. Play slow and reset. I think that's one advantage to shoreline in many ways, is that depends where you are. Like, if you're west side on shoreline, you can reset easily. And if you're on east side on Shoreline, then at least you can get out of Red Rebel. So that's one thing that I quite like about Shoreline, is that it's quite easy to get out if you don't want, if the raid's just like not, it's not right, it's not working, you can get out. Whereas the problem with Woods, so like 99% of the time you spawn all the way across the other side of the map and you have to get outskirts, and it's really annoying. Like Flare is also over there. The bunker is also over there. Outskirts is also over there. Like all the extracts all in one place. Which is lame. So it's a real toss-up, but I think Woods is safer. So we're going to start with Woods first. So we've got to decide like, what we're actually going to play with. Like whether we go M700 or whether we just go like all in with the AXMC to begin with. With the APs. Because we can do that. We could do that. Need to add one extract in between Flare and Scav Bridge on Woods. I just wish there was one, yeah, up by like Scav Bunker. What do we think? I'm kind of impartial here about which way to go about this. I think maybe we should try the AXMC at least. Maybe we should try it because I've got 20 APs, so we may as well use him. I guess we're not going to use them for any. Like this is the quest to use them on. If we're ever going to use it, it's going to be now. Do you need the same gun for all? No, it just has to be bolty kills, so you can swap and change. So for this first attempt, we only need 3. This is another weird gun where I think you can take the stock off and it actually just helps with your... Yeah, because it's only 4 ergo. So you can take the stock off. Can you buy this lower now, the G-Tac? Oh, you can. For a Tarka. Okay, interesting. Because this gives you a little extra ergo, if I remember correctly. And then you can stick like the growl on it or something. Yeah. Grip on or anything like that, that's fine. Just gives it more weight. Now, which one of these is the best? I actually don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I looked at this. We'll go on to good old DB for Tarkov and figure it out. I'm looking at that because I can't be bothered. Hopefully this works. Sometimes I find the caching works a little bit. Controller 5? Okay. Get a hard refresh. Often this doesn't work in Opera for me for some reason. I don't know why. Whatever. Okay, we'll have to look at ourselves then. Takes the ergo down to 0. I guess we do want a suppressor on here. That's pretty good. This is... I don't think I remember seeing this. This must be new-ish. So that's like 2 ergo... 13 ergo. Oh, maybe it's this one. Probably more care about weight more than anything else. Whatever. This is probably the deal. Okay. Yeah. We'll grab just any old thing. Razor. Yeah. Did I just buy all that stuff? Really not. Okay, so we've got Lapua AP. Can you get a smaller mag for this? I don't think you can you? we top load this bad boy? Any reason you didn't proceed when you got capital? Who are you talking about? Yeah, okay. Alright, we can top load this guy. Because the issue is, I don't want to lose... If I die, I don't want to lose all 10 rounds of this AP that I've got. So we only need a couple of kills. Yeah, I wouldn't do 10 out of 10 of AP, just the top 3. Exactly. We're not going to do that. By no means. We'll just get second magazine for it and then put some FMJs in there. Can't buy many of those, can you? Maybe you used to be able to buy a bit more than that, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, so we'll do... So this is obviously... Oh, God. God, there's a magazine in there. So let's do... 8. Yeah, and then we've got 3. So that's APs there. We don't need a second mag, actually. I'll just take, like, a few extras. Just in case. Okay. More questions for? Yeah. Shooter 7 and Psycho Sniper. I have an SJ6 here. Maybe I'll have an extra one. You're not how charity a few rounds? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Damn it. SJ6 is okay though. You don't have food and water problems with that guy. I've got food and water up here. This is no big deal. We've got enough. We've got enough. Okay. So I'm going to be a little bit more thoughtful about our kit as well. Where that good stuff. .7 is this guy. 2.4 is this guy. These, yeah, he's ultra high weight, aren't they? Right, wear that at the front, and then we'll wear. Just gonna keep that one because I think we might need to do something else with it. Anyway. Could just run one front back. Oh. Was it being used for storage? Who's surprised about that? Precisely no one. Get in the box. All right. Offline raid to test it out? No, it's actually okay, but well, we can just test it quickly here, but yeah, it is slow ADS, so you do have to be pretty deliberate about it. Okay, fine. All right. Are we ready? Are we set? We sorted? We were going to go woods. We're going to do the thing. Have I got enough? Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe I'll take another ibuprofen. Take all the PKs. Alright, let's give it a go. Get it started. Right, enough thought. Now that we've thought about it a lot, though, we can probably just kind of run from here. You know, we'll like swap back and forth between sensible stuff and the and the XMC, because I only have one per reset to buy, I think. Oh, hide the gun in the backpack in case you kill a team. It's fine. Good luck, thank you. Have you done Terminal? No. So I'm trying to do Kappa first, and then I'm going to do the story afterwards. Partly because I think that the story is mainly to do with going places and getting things. There are some PMC kill sections to it, but as far as what I've seen so far, it's mainly about like amassing resources and like just getting stuff done, collecting items and that kind of thing, and doing crafts. Whereas like Kappa is more about things like this, and I think this type of quest is going to get harder faster than the story is. So I want to get all of this annoying stuff done as soon as I can. You know, it's January now. We're nearly at the 2-month mark. We will be in like 10 days. So I'm just concerned that Kappa's going to get harder and harder and harder as you go through the wipe. Like, I'm not like a multi-prestige kind of person, right? As you can see, I've never prestiged before, so I didn't want to do Kappa because of all of these annoying quests. I hate doing these. And it's like, it's partly because of A, the way I like to play, but B, because of the fact that, you know, I have to think about the channel as well as I'm not just playing to play, I'm playing to like make content. So if I should have put a ULAC on, but anyway, if I just go into raid to get like Kappa stuff done, and I've actually felt that a little bit already, that I just play bolt actions like endlessly, non-stop, forever, and I'm like hunting bosses and whatnot, and that's okay. But like the bolt action stuff in particular is annoying because a lot of the content that I make is about guns, and I can't really use the guns because I'm to do bolty stuff all the time, which is such a pain. And exactly that, MT. By the time you get to the main story, all the bugs will be fixed. Well, maybe not all of them, but like at least a bigger proportion than there are at launch. Why do you think it'd be harder? Because as time goes on, people quit the wipe. Typically, only the committed people stay. The PvP quests get harder to do the longer you leave them. People are more geared, although that ship's kind of already sailed. Although not completely, I would say. But then also just like the pool of players just gets more skillful as the wipe goes on. Performance feels worse with 1.0. Winter update doesn't help. It doesn't help that Customs has got like a fundamental bug with it in the middle of the map. The sniper tower thing is just like really crappy. Did you buy Tarkov Arena Pass or did you grind? I grind it all up to 120. I don't mind. I think it's quite fun. I quite like it. I quite like Arena. So not sure how playable labs will be in a few months. The thing is, you can always get labs to work. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can always get labs to function on some level to be able to go in and get a thing. Whereas being able to get like a headshot kill over 45 meters or whatever, that becomes exponentially harder, I would argue. Like, there are, you know, if you're not every raid has cheaters in it, etc., and you can always just rat out labs. You can't just like rat out the headshot kills. Like, it's just, you just won't see anybody. Like, it just takes an inordinate amount of time. I don't know. Like, you can do it. You can do labs more easily, I think, even later on. I want the skin at level 69. I just started grinding the dailies the other day and I'm level 12. It does take a while, but it doesn't take any longer. The Arena Battle Pass isn't like Tarkov levels or anything, so is it 5,000 XP you need per level or something? And it's the same the whole time, so it doesn't get any harder to get the levels. It's just like you just keep going and that's it. Because if you're level 12 already, it's basically like 10 times the amount of work that you did already to get to max level. Yeah, the dailies are easy, so like it doesn't take long. You can roll them all into one thing and do 3 checkpoint dailies or 3 last hero dailies or 1 of each. And you can usually get them all done in one raid normally. They have done some tweaking as well, like some of the most annoying ones. Like probably the more annoying ones is like get a win on checkpoint, because sometimes you just like don't. Last hero is a bit more consistent. They did get rid of the really obnoxious one, which was like win a game holding all 3 points, because that was just like really rare. Now it's win a game holding 2 of the points. I still don't like it very much because it's a bit RNG. You could lose one in the last moment and like lose, but a lot of babies on labs thanks to the story. I literally haven't played it this way. I haven't even done Tor. Hey Floki, what's up, man? I just wish you had an end date known for the battle passes. Well, I don't think... I think they said that the next season was coming in Q2, I think it was. So my interpretation of that... Don't shoot me if it's, shorter than this. But my interpretation of that is that it's going to be... We've got at least until, the beginning of April. But... Right. Okay. This is an unusual spawn for me. I never spawn up here. Shoot Giga IRL. A misinformation. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. At least the weather's clear, Right, we're going to have to play it real careful then. So we're prioritising survival. So we need to get a read on people first. I want to go towards village. Because I feel like that's an area where people could be kind of more looting than doing other stuff. And I feel like I have more of a disproportionate advantage over there. At range, or at least we will see. Have you done Sawmill yet? Nah, I haven't done the story. I'm not doing the story until after Kappa. Kind of a bit exposed down from the rocks. I wonder whether I should just stay up here, actually. There's usually fair few people passing through this kind of area. There's a marlin off in the distance that we've heard there. I estimate it to be kind of like USEC camp sort of area. There's another marlin going off. Go a little higher. Arena is still beta, yeah. They'll hang on to that label for as long as they physically can, won't they? It's in their interest, in fairness. I get why they do it. Hunt is on. All quiet down there. It's a real shame. Some of these quests have got harder simply because there's less scavs on the map. Oops. So you hear less shots. There's people bumping into scabbies. Or having to shoot them or whatever. Okay. There's a nice little overlook here. Look, see if we see any movement. Anybody down at the old sawmill or anything like that. PK's back on. Is this the new arena map? Imagine if you just wander off. Wander off into the wilderness. Okay, so outskirts is my exit, as always. I probably should at least try to stay a bit closer to there than I am. Okay. First shots we've heard. Over the other side of here. To be honest, it's quite a long way away. I don't want to sit on Sniper Rock for this particular quest. And given the loud shots are pretty, you know, pretty hard to hear. Don't hold that much hope for getting killed on there. The silhouette is real, so we do have to be a bit careful up here. Can't tell if I'm just hearing like ambient noise or it's something else. Just saw something very far in the distance, but it's probably too far for me to... Okay. Maybe we do look over if there's all the shooting. Because the sniper scab has not been killed. If that lures us into a false sense of security or not. Oh, that's the BTR. Can't see much from here. I have to get a bit closer, I think. Yeah, I just can't really see anything. I think the risk of the counter snipe on the rock is too great. Maybe. I think like being here is not necessarily too bad. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go back this way. Maybe we can get involved in the action from the other side. So we're saying we've got to do it safely, so... Because this is it's a don't die quest more than anything else. We're doing on water, not great. We'll have a drink. People go to flare. Yeah, so we're going to go flare now. We're going to go the flare-ish area. I mean, I'm going to go out of flare as well, so it makes sense. Or at least that's my default. At least it should be. Okay. We shall see. We shall see. We'll see how it goes, you know? We can be chill about it. It's alright. Like, first raid, also, we're kind of like, you know, warming up, getting ourselves limbered up for the action. So I don't mind if we don't see anybody. I'd rather see no one and have played it safe enough just to scope it out and figure out where we want to be than to go crazy and then just die and then have to, like, reel it back in, you know? We'll take our high ground over there, I think. I think the places that I'm going to see people is going to be mostly around Sawmill, because people are going to be... That's just a scav. I'll leave him, because he might... I could tell anyway, like... A little risky leaving it so late, but... It was obvious from where he was walking. Just wanted to get double confirmation, just in case they were, like, actually clueless. Because you never... Sometimes it's remarkable, you know? Anyway, we'll leave the scav. There's not that much information on the map anyway in the first place. So we'll get what we need. Which quest do you want? We're doing Tarkov Shooter 7 Psycho Sniper, so we're doing both at the same time. So we're primarily doing Tarkov Shooter 7 in the main. Sorry, no, that's wrong. We're doing Psycho Sniper primarily. But if we get a headshot during the quest, then great. That's my walk key stopped working. Okay. But yes, what was I saying? Lots of people around Flare, lots of people around the Sawmill itself. And lots of people going down to outskirts, usually, especially slightly later on, like at 20 minutes. So it's probably okay to roam around at the beginning, but then, like, most of the raid ends up down here after a while. Which is understandable because, you know, everyone has to extract in the same area. And all the extracts are pretty much in the same area. So it gets a bit wild. Quite a nice set of sightlines through here. There's a lot of open terrain. You can see the back of, you know, what we used to know as Dickhead Rock. Nobody really sits on it anymore. Right, let's keep going. Let's keep spotting. People tend not to sit around here anymore. They're usually in the forest behind, I find. I've still got to be careful about, you know, me from behind as well, because I'm sort of in the middle. Although other than people coming from USEC camp, that area is not camped that much anymore. I would say. keep eyes peeled. Especially these areas, there's so long sight lines down here. Keep ourselves a bit covered and unveil one bit at a time. Can very easily be shot at without knowing where you're being shot at from. I'm just going to quickly drink this. And I'm going to whiz. We're going to whiz across to the next hill. I'm going to sprint over. Guess who Tarkov Shooter 7 feels redundant? Yeah, they're the same quest. That's why people try to run them at the same time. I haven't bothered doing Tarkov Shooter. Sorry, so Psycho Sniper until Tarkov Shooter 7 was also unlocked. Because yeah, they're basically the same. They're basically the same mission. Okay, interesting. Alright, we'll hone in a little. That's unsuppressed gun though, so that's not necessarily as close as you might think. Do I want to get up to that? Is that slightly dangerous? No, I think it's okay. Get up to this rock position. Then we'll have a look at what to do from there. Let's see. Back of Sawmill is my guess. Check no one else is coming, because could be other people doing kill quests as well. And make sure that I'm not the first one to get sandwiched between somebody else who's like moving in. The same reason, and ends up seeing me from behind, like just tootling about, doing whatever it is I'm doing. Don't see anything yet. Do I have an escape plan if something bad happens? Kind of. Weave between the rocks. Wait, is that a... No. It just looked like he was stood up, because it looks like he's got no... There he is. That's me. Presumably saw me the same time I saw them. Turn myself up a little bit more. There you go. I don't want to be too stationary. Maybe I move back and around. Oh, there he is. Wait, is that Scav? Yeah, it's just a Scav. Damn it. It's like Santa, maybe. Can't tell. I'm really sure it's a scav of some description. Or Santa. Okay, let's move around. I'm going to move around to this side. And we'll see if we can catch anybody going to outskirts. Keep our eyes peeled. Oh, I'm out of painkillers again. I'm eating these things like bloody candy. I am playing with narrow FOV, but I feel like if I play with a wider FOV, then I don't actually spot people at the same distance. You know what I mean? So, like, I'd rather play this way, and especially the way that I'm comfortable with. I'm not going to change my FOV, like, just for this one quest. I think that's a bad idea, for me at least. It's going to mess with my muscle memory. Prob's getting a bit late. Yeah, we shall see. Like, I'm going to go up that hill with a view to leave and to clear it, and then we will see what happens, if that makes sense. So I don't mind. We don't need to force anything. It's okay. But we'll just have a little quick look from up here. Now, I wonder whether I'm actually better off going to outskirts directly. Because you could technically get camped at Flare. I'm wondering whether it's safer. Probably not. He says confidently. We'll just be real careful. We'll take it all the way back. Full stamina. Hopefully that works, otherwise that's going to be sad. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, better to scope it out and not die and not get any kills than it is to force it in and then die on the first run especially. So let's see. Test drive 1 should be easy, but I built the SR25 like 10 times. Yeah, seeing the green extract timer pop up is the best feeling in the world at Flare extracts. It's a big relief. I'll tell you that. It's a big relief. Force it in. Yeah, you don't want to force it in. Ammo used 1. What did I use? Oh, it counts the flare. That's funny. Oh, I see. Used to be very wide FOV. Couldn't hit people in front of me, so I sacrificed peripheral for that. Yeah, and I think like you can turn your head, you know, but otherwise, like, cause it's so zoomed out, you can't spot people. You need to spot those like tiny few pixels moving between branches. Still think thermal actually has some use on woods during the season. Maybe there was quite a lot of trees on that side, aren't they? So, raid's going well. Yeah, we're just done the first one. We're not no kills, but no deaths either. So doing all right. What FOV? I think I'm on 61. What's the best tactic to eliminate overswing on weapon? Increase ergo. I'm trying to use SA58 with silencer to stay hidden. SA58 with silencer is hard. Yeah, I mean, overswing is to do both with ergo and weight. You can use a website called db4tarkov.com, which helps you understand what affects it. That's quite handy website for that. Yeah, chilled out walk in the woods, exactly. Definitely not stressing the whole time, certainly not. Couldn't be me. So we need another aramid. Solo Psycho Sniper stuff. Yeah. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. What was I saying before? I was saying I should have a Bastion on, shouldn't I? Should we utilize our ref stash to buy a sort of some kind of camoed Bastion? Go against all my principles. I don't care about using ref this wipe. Which one's kind of nice? This one maybe? I mean, we could do the white one, but I'm not sure if white is necessarily better. What's my overall look? It is kind of white. They do need to find a better way to do reskins. I agree. It should be like the paint system on in Arena. Yeah, maybe we just do go with this one. Absolute Tarkov Shooter 8 at the same time. It's precisely what we're up to. Finally got both of them unlocked. So now we're able to do both contemporaneously. It's very helpful. Although probably less so with the gun of choice that I've got here. But it's alright. Gonna get so many thick cases with the arena drops? Yes, sir. I mean, I've been getting so many thick cases anyway, just with baseline of it. I've got one from Therapist, and then 1, 2, 3, and I've just got a fourth one now. We're just kind of like space is throwaway now. It's insane, and this is the perm character too, so like yeah, it's well worth it. I think that this is just going to be filled with thick cases all the way to the top. Then why do you do the XMC? Just because if I can get Psycho Sniper done, I think that will actually help quite a bit. Because the 5 kills, I feel like the quests are different enough. Like, yeah, if we get a headshot, that's going to be lovely. But I've got the XMC. I've got AP20. Sorry, not AP20. I've got AP shells for it, like 20 of them. So we may as well use them. And it is going to make it slightly easier. Yeah, good idea. Maybe, you know what, maybe I will start taking the... Because we were talking yesterday about the MRE. Maybe we'll just start buying MREs. Because they give you this really long buff, which is actually kind of cool. It's energy recovery. It's like 30 energy. It's like over a long period of time. It's actually really quite nice. Still figure out what the best thing to do is with the Aquamaris. I'll probably just drink this as soon as we get in. Alright. Guess should I take one of these just in case? It's last minute resort, probably. You never know. Why do you run it stockless? Because it reduces the weight. You don't care about the recoil. The overall, like, ergo and holding the gun up time is the same. Slash better, because you're losing weight. And the weight offsets the ergo. Actually, more than offsets the ergo. So that's the reason. Yeah, also, I'm not afraid to do the 2 quests separately. I feel like I don't want to lose a shot for Psycho Sniper because I'm trying to go for the headshot in particular. If that makes sense. Like, I'll go for it if it's easy enough. But I want the ability to thorax shot them if I have to, right? Like, their head's covered by a branch or something. I want the ability to do it. The sound of the big weapons like XMs are used to draw people in with firing shots bait. Maybe. Or also nades or something. Yeah, I don't know. Can work. Best DMR for 1.0? Probably the SR25 with the new attachments, I would think. Just a nice gun. The new suppressor's better than the CAC. I'll bring the flare. Crap, I forgot to bring a flare. Are you getting thick cases other than therapists? There's a... Damn it. Yeah, that is annoying. I don't think I can go back now. There's a arena ref barter. They've changed it. So it used to be 10 Lagers, so it used to take ages. They've changed it to be 3 Lagers and 500 GP coins. So you need a lot more GPs now. So GP coins are worth more in that sense. But 3 Lagers means you can get like one every 3rd week, at least, minimum. Yeah, G28 is also good for the price. I would agree. It's lighter as well, the G28. And given the recoils are all kind of similar now, the G28 might be better. But the G28 is really limited on mags. So you're at 20s, and I think that's the max. What's your favorite arena gun? Right now, it's probably the SR2M. It's a bit overtuned, I think. Something to like. It doesn't seem to bounce very often off people's stupid face masks. So it just seems to work. And you can get it on Scout, where you can get a class 5 front plate. It seems like Scout gets a bit too much, I think. Yeah, Scout's like way too good. I do sometimes play Assault for slightly longer range maps. Like occasionally, I wouldn't play Assault so much on Bay 5, but I might play it on Bowl. But even still, I think the Scout goes toe-to-toe on Bowl with like an AK-12 or an M4. It's insane. Justice for the SR3M. Yeah, SPP is... The SR3M did get big slapping, but... It's because everyone was running around with SP6. I mean, I would say, though, in some ways, once you've fired like 2 magazines, you have to really manage your heating and cooling. It's not like that gun doesn't have a downside. 20 rounds in a DMR is fine. 25 rounds are hard to get. That's true. It's true. But if we're talking about like best of the best, you also have the option for 50s and stuff like this, right? It's crazy stuff. I mean, the best DMR is probably an MDR, a SCAR, or an AK-308 on single, because you have the full auto switch. So I have like 1,500 GP coins. Trying to get the Lagers from the weeklies, but they're too grinding nearly impossible. Just re-roll them a few times. I know it might be a bit pricey, but just roll them into things like X number of headshots in like Last Hero or Checkpoint. Like, yeah, some of them are really dumb. Just roll them until it's something you can do. Don't be afraid to roll them a few times. I know it costs a bit for the weeklies, but I think it's worth it for the Lagers. Like, if you think about it, you roll it a couple of times, and you spend 750k rolling into something that gives you a Lager. Well, a Lager medal is worth like roughly, I mean, GP coins aside, but roughly a third of a thick case. So you can kind of justify spending quite a bit rolling if it means you're going to get the weekly completed. And also, like, just be aware of the ones that are easy. Like, get 5th in Last Hero 8 times is mine this week for a Lager. You can just play Chop Shop. You literally just have to not come last. So you danced already? What your favorite gun in arena was? Yeah, probably the SR2M right now. I think it's just overtuned. I think the Scouts as a class in general is overtuned. I either play that or the AK-12, but I think the SR2M is really, really strong. And Scout is just really, really strong. And the combination is just like insane. So somebody can spawn in the corner. I'm tempted to do what I used to do, which is basically that cross here. And then we'll see what happens from my little spot. I'm not sure how hidden this is at this point, but... kind of looking for movement through the tree line over here. Also gives us the ability to hear what's going on at Sawmill and then respond accordingly without having to commit. You guys hear that? I want him to go for the ammo. Might be a bit too far to flank, let's see. There's a scav down there. I'm going to follow this scav in, if possible. Nice movement for them to split up, yeah. Alright. Ow. Damn it. Never mind. Never mind. It's a shame that I screwed up the first shot, because it would have been so much easier if it was a 1v1 rather than a 1v2. I think the positioning and the engagement were all basically perfect, but I just didn't hit any of the shots at any point through the engagement, which makes it really tough. This guy. Yeah, they were good. They were good players. They were good players. Just makes it tough, right? 1v2. It's always hard. I'm surprised I survived as long as I did, actually. Go to tell Mick. You like it's good. I have to win a round 27 times by capturing the flag in team fight. I'd say that the impossible ones are definitely going to be... Yeah, that's horrible. I wouldn't do that. I got hit with M80 as well. You land the first shot, it goes completely differently. Yep. This type of peak move, peak fight still makes my hands shake. Yeah, they kept the pressure on. I know, like, I could probably have run further. Maybe I should have. They were very aggressive, so maybe I should have run further. Hard to tell. I should probably have prioritized my survival over, like, taking the fight from, like, an okay-ish angle. But, yeah, we could play a little looser. Yeah, I mean, we can play factory, even. To start with. What do we get? Oh, here, this was the, yeah. Wait, we've got a Varon key as well, holy. That's awesome. Which one was it for? It's for Ragman, isn't it? Living high. So, can you get Axel Parrot? How do you get the Axel Parrot? Is there a cult recipe for it? Can be obtained with a special sacrifice. Let's have a look. Dunduk sports glasses. Okay. I have one, but it's for Kappa. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it, my friends. That's the reason why it's locked. I'm surprised you made it to the building without dying. I thought you were going to die running away. I thought there was a chance. Did someone else get no task or highlight items 6 hour? Just BPM and a stock. Some people are saying that it is a bit bugged at the moment, but... Hey, no worries. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, the stuff that's like locked is things that I definitely don't want to use. Yeah, well, it was a fun little experiment with the AXMC. I think maybe I should have just used the thingamabob. This guy, M700. Because the ammo is, like, sufficient. I think it racks a little quicker. It's lighter, etc., etc. But does locking items mean it won't be used when bartering or upgrading the hideout? Yep, completely locked. So, like, I have the Twitch container locked, and I have all the items locked inside it to make sure that I don't use them for anything. And that you have them for Kappa, and don't screw myself. Okay, so contact 5. So what we're going to do then? Should we just go to factory? Champion helmet. Become the very thing that you hate. DVL. Nah, I'm not a DVL kind of guy. I'm afraid. It's not my style. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the Stitch Profi. I didn't find it earlier. Anyway, so let's go... We'll just do like, you know, we'll go throwaway run to begin with on factory. We'll grab the MXLR. We'll pop on anything really. I was using the SRO previously. Not that one. I always forget which mount it is. RM33. That's the... Squirrel gun and Getxa. Yeah, no. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so we have got ourselves some 308ME. As well. Fantastic. Now you do it the other way around. 3 headshots factory for shooter 8. Hard to get the headshots, honestly. It's difficult. It is difficult. It is not easy. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Mud. The Mixler. You love it. You love it. Use up that one a bit. Rafted's third party. We're just going to have to see. Just going to have to see how it pans out. Love hanging around above the new lab area. Billions Augustins, we'll use those. Alright, I've got factory execute on me, that's fine. We'll take ourselves a Ropital just on in the pocket, so we can just stab it in. People there are farming scavs. Why? What for? Okay, let's just see how it goes. I'm not very good at factory with these type of guns, normally. Does the Marlin have better ammo than Emmy? No, it's the best. It's the best that you can get. If I lock the junk box, will those items not be able to be used? Or do I need to lock each item? I think, yeah, if you lock the junk box, they won't be able to be used. Soprano in the Uzi Christ? Which one's the Uzi one? I don't even remember which one that is. Is it one of those like weird ones that's not really required, but you get one later? Test drive, I thought it was. The test drive 5, which is the SR2M. Yeah, good times is funny. Is it okay if I ask for help getting my last 3 kills on woods for capturing outposts? If somebody wants to help you, whatever. I don't know if anybody will go in as a target dummy, but... Where is capturing outposts now? Is it resort? Team kills don't count for quests anyway. No, but you can kind of like server snipe with people and do it in theory. It's a lot harder than it used to be because now the regional servers were all combined into the kind of like broader region. So you used to be able to like pick like a very specific server and everybody flood that one, so you're very likely to be in the same raid, but like, you can't do that anymore. So people are more aggregated. It's making it a bit trickier to snipe it. Not that I've ever bothered sniping any of them, because it's like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get my reward for the thing. I mean, I guess if you want to unlock like SP6 or something like that, I get it, but... For the record, I bought the Champion's Helmet off. Sorry, I got it off somebody. Are you guys buying accessories or something in high-level traders, selling the fleet to make profit? Can you tell which, please? I'm broke. What level are you? What trade level? Mechanic Uzi Barters, good one. Right. My word. Where's those guys all gone? That usually is like a whole bunch of scavs. Roaming about. I hit him in the chest. Someone else killed him. Where's this guy? Under the floor somewhere. Where is this guy? I can't even tell where he is. He must just be under me somehow. Where's he up there? Oh, damn. How is he so loud? Why can't I move? Wait, unless that's just a different person. Thanks for informing me. I really thought this dude was a lot closer than he is. I can only shoot him in the crotch. I need to pin these quests. I didn't realise I didn't have them pinned for a start. So where is Psycho Sniper? It is here. And I've also got Troubleshoot Vault 8, which is here. So you need to be able to have them in easy access to check stuff. So we did kill him. Okay. Took like a billion shots, but we did kill him. Just about. Yeah, it is reset time. I agree. The first shot looked really good as a headshot. I swear. I swear it looked great. Apparently it wasn't to be. And I hit one of them through there as well. That wasn't to be either. Did you notice the SRE doesn't shoot straight? It's been okay for me the rest of the time. In what sense? Well, we got one, and it wasn't a headshot, so... Could bring another scope to multi distance. Well, that was what I was thinking about for the other maps. I was thinking like a genuine strategy could be a red dotted Marlin and then like a, you know, an M700, for example. Wobbles a bit more. Bullets go high. What were you shooting at it? Bullets going high, I think, usually is more a function of the gun and the ammo and the zeroing, the default zeroing, than it is about anything else, usually. R37F, no wonder it's smacked. 2 Marlins? Could do. Even in 1080p, it was really hard to see him. No, it was hard. It was hard to see him, even on my screen. Think you benefit from going Tech 30 even in factory? Maybe. Furthest target in the hideout. And with the Marlin, are we talking? Yeah, exactly, Vanished. Yeah, the sound in there was really confusing. I'm almost tempted just to play customs just normally. Well, the customs got quite a lot of like geared players. Where doesn't, but... Get the lights to be turned on. Put it on Christmas settings. There we go. So... And I don't like how factories become a don't move map. Yep. I don't know. I've always found the SROs fine, to be honest with you. Personally. Like, the dot moves on all of them, right? No, I think it's alright. Like, it does wobble about a bit, but like... I think they all do. Yeah, what do we think? Should we just play a different map? TAC 30, you think? I mean, TAC 30, if we're playing a different map, then we'll go TAC 30. But if we're playing Factory, I'm going to keep playing with this, I think. Cobra's so underrated. It's okay. Go Shoreline, hope you get the bad spawn. I feel like it's a bit, like, Shoreline's a bit tricky, though, because, like, everybody kind of knows where everybody else is spawning. It makes it a bit... Just makes it a bit random. Maybe we just keep running Factory for a bit. We've only run it, like, once. So let's not bail on it too soon. Are we scared to stone Factory for 2-3 kills? I mean, we've literally got one, so it doesn't really matter. I usually just go level 6 armor and ult in Factory for these quests. I suppose you could. I don't know if that's going to help necessarily. I mean, it could, maybe. I have some of that gear. I don't think I have that many. I've got a couple of Tagilla helmets.
Gold,
Pixelated, thank you for the prime. Thanks for the great bits. No worries. Is 61 recoil and 62 ergo good for an M4 level 3 traders and using a Tech 30? I think that's perfectly reasonable. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Like the minimum band for recoil is somewhere around 42-ish, I think. So you're in the like solid mid range-ish. You know, when you get to like the sort of 50s, the low 50s, that's probably like a high-end kind of build. Meta is something like 46, I think, recoil was. 62 ergo is good. Like a mid-budget build, you tends to have like 61 and then like 50 ergo. So 62 ergo is nice. Someone posted 100 ergo M4 on Twitter. You can do it. You just can't do it with the 60 rounder, I think. Pretty fun though. The ADS like instantaneously. It's like playing Call of Duty. Could be a fun video. 60 recoil as well. Yeah, I wonder what is the highest recoil. I haven't actually looked at that. Enforce is like the lowest recoil 100 ergo M4. It's all going to depend on whether you decide to have a suppressor for a start, because obviously that makes it harder. But you probably want to go mini monster, and then the other part of it is what mag you want. Tried the MCX long barrel? No, not yet. It's on my list of things to try. Bit far down the list, but yeah, it's on the list. One Reddit post where a guy made the highest recoil going for. Okay, let's see how we get on this one. Yeah. Don't give me this Lajiwi. Okay, you jump scared me. Where's that guy? A scav? Maybe. Oh god. Just rectifying my situation, hold up.
Ах, мать твою, а ну иди сюда, говно собачье! Решил ко мне лезть? Ты засранец вонючий, мать!
Wow. They're going to get Kappa soonish, so I'm going to play with MCX. Oh, no. Nice. I figured that he would have thought that I was going to go for the exit. Which is kind of what I was baiting. Like, run into the room and then slow walk it. But he... Damn. Oh. Okay. That explains it. Never mind. Game alert! Whoop, 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 whoop. Sometimes it makes me feel like a bit better because it's just like, oh, at least I didn't misplay. You know? So it's like he just knew where I was the whole time. Okay, fine, no worries. Any tips for solo this web? 7,000 hours, usually with a duo, but friends aren't playing anymore. Keep meeting 18k KD Chad streamers. I have a whole video about it actually, about playing against duos, because you have to play in a different way. You have to try to make as many 1v1s as you can. Why was that profile suspicious? I don't think any player plays that way with that kind of, like, it's just the whole thing. Like, standard account, like 118 hours, which is like very, very low for a Tarkov account, because a lot of the accounts, they get like their KD lowered and stuff by the, like, the cheap providers. Just like 100-hour players just don't play that way. It's just crazy. You've seen it. Well, there you go. I don't know. Hard to say much else. What? So after seeing the video, then what's the, you know, what are your feelings about it? Like, where are you still struggling? That'll probably help then, as opposed to just like generic stuff. The interaction itself, not the stats. Well, it's the interaction. I was like, the interaction makes sense if you load into the end screen and the guy's got like, you know, 3,000 hours. Maybe he's got Kappa. You know, he's got like maybe some of the arena cosmetics. But in that interaction, and then you load in and the guy's like basically new. It's just like, yeah, probably not. I mean, it's possible, right? It's possible. I'm not saying it's definitely the case. You know, it's perfectly possible. We're just saying on the balance of probability, it's probably not. I know so much more as a duos. We're chatting all the time, not really focusing. It's funny. Curious, did you make any good improvements to your office with renovation what you had done? So I am now in the alcove that I used to have that shelving unit on. So there's actually a lot more room in here. So previously it was just the desk and nothing else. Now the desk is like tucked nicely under. So I'm under the stairs. So where that shelving unit used to be, a lot of people thought that I was in the roof. Like my office room would be like in the roof, a roof space, but it's not. I'm actually under the stairs. So that shelving unit used to be under the staircase. So now my desk is in there. So that's actually freed up a lot of the floor space. So now I've got like a nice sofa in here, which is cool. I actually need to get a storage thing over there where you can't see. You can't see the junk, fortunately. And then I've got more junk down here. So that needs to all be organized in a space there. But otherwise, it's a much better layout. Like, it's way better. Yeah, you either hit a nasty shot or LED gamer socks. Exactly. One or the other, and you can't tell. So you just press button, and then let BSG sort it out. Like, there's no harm. Like, if somebody isn't suspect, then your one random report is going to do nothing. Like Harry Potter's bedroom. Yep, the cupboard under the stairs. That's me. That is me. Okay, so we need to grab ourselves another marlin then. Go back to factory. The annoying part about that is that it obviously robbed us of one of the kills, which is a bit of a bummer, but can't be helped. Can't be helped. Oh, this has already got an SRO on it. Lovely. Oh, this thing's been totaled. Okay, well we'll just go, I think. Let's go back in. I probably shouldn't take the bag, but whatever. Thoughts on 4040p versus 1080? Maybe OLED versus LCD. I think you can fix a lot of the brightness, darkness stuff with gamma, so I don't think that's too much of a problem. I think in terms of like prioritization, I genuinely think it's like, you know, I mean, you probably, most people are on this anyway now, but going from 60 hertz to at least 120 probably makes the most difference. Then 1080p to 1440p, and then probably the color stuff. That's my personal list. Obviously, you know, different people think different things. There you go. Best way to get thick other than quests. If you could do arena, if you have arena, you can now get one for 3 Lega medals and 500 GPs. So every third week you can get a thick case at least, just from completing the weekly. As long as there's no padlock outside the door. I approve that setup. Yes, there's no I don't get locked in by my wife and kids, thankfully. Instant response. Like, how slow are they, though? Like, end-to-end system latency is probably higher than any of the responses, aren't they? I don't have it OLED. What's mine? Mine is an IPS monitor. I paid $450 for my monitor in 2021. Same monitor is now like $150 on Marketplace. Oh, did you guys see that DLSS 4.5 has been released, by the way? You can get it on the beta NVIDIA app, although I've not been able to actually get it to work in EFT. We're doing something else, so I didn't get that much time to spend with it. I think you have to do it through NVIDIA Profile Inspector at the moment, if you want to do it properly. Because the NVIDIA app, you can set it in there, but then Tarkov just ignores you. Which is kind of lame. But yeah, it's kind of cool. They've released 2 new presets. So you can now choose. So before it was like anything down to F. So it was like A through to F was the old model. So we were on F was the latest. Then you've got J and K. And now they've released M and L as well. Oh. Oops. That's not ideal. I can't see up anymore. He's upstairs somewhere. FSR makes scopes blurry? I don't think so. Don't really want to sit in the same position. We have much choice though. I don't have a great deal of choice. The only other alternative I have is to get closer to him, which is not what I want. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. No? God. Oh my god. Oh what? Who's down there? Oh, he's got the Zabralo on. Sake. He's doing the good times. Jesus Christ. Okay, well we weren't going to win that. Actually, I guess we could have with the Kiver. Or did he have the Alton on? I couldn't tell. He's probably got the Kiver on though. Probably could have got a headshot actually. No XMC. I already used it. I already used the one I have on this reset. MX Alarm Factory have been tough for me. I feel like I don't think I can do this way. Yeah. No, it was Kiver, so I could technically have done it. I don't think I'm good enough with bolties to do factory though. I just don't think I'm proficient enough. I'm gonna have to do it organically another way, I think. Even like the like naked Timmies, I can't hit them while they're running. Yeah, the flashlights. Face are bright. And I got to get like 5 or something. Maybe we just get 1. Maybe we get 1 and then we go elsewhere. Something like that. At least you get 1 for free, I suppose. Like it's just a bit of rubles. It doesn't really matter. Try scoped from the rafters with a DVL. I don't know how you get up there without getting shot at though, because like everybody hears you. I'm not very good at sitting in the rafters. I guess it depends on your spawn, but my good dealer says 4.5. They tried today. It has VRAM overhead on older series cars and can lower performance. Yeah, I have heard some people saying it's not like it is a harder. It's a harder model to run, I believe, if you're not on a 40 series or above. Yeah, get your first 2 on factory, then move off. The question is if I can actually get like enough. I've only had 1 on there. Right, what other stuff do we need for Ragman? This next one. We've broken into the next set of quests now. We need another ripstop. Okay, fine. We'll get that as well. Buy one of these. The 3k difference. It's not enough to worry about. Spedster plus Marlin. Not a bad idea. Still think Woods Interchange is the most traffic. It's just hard to actually get the kills there, is the issue. I have a feeling the Psycho is going to force you to play very, very slowly on big open maps at some point. Yeah. I agree. Reserve Dome is usually decent. I'm not opposed to Reserve Dome. I'm really not. I don't mind Reserve Dome actually. I'm tempted to go for this guy. Does anybody know? Is this thing still got a weird sensitivity? Where is it? This thing, the HCO. Because I quite like the way this looks. You'll die but also get kills. But that's not useful, unfortunately, because I've got to not die. That's the biggest issue with this whole quest, is that you just have to like not die. That's like, that is the quest. The quest is not to die while doing the thing. Unfortunately. I thought not Psycho. Oh yeah, no, so we're doing Psycho Sniper and Tarkov Shooter at the same time. It's a bit of a bummer. Hey, Jeans. I know luck with the Marlin, at least this way. I think SV98 and M80 once I have it. My friend just camped at Ground Zero. What, the flare exit or something? Or just in general? You need to survive extract after the 5 kills for it to count. Yes. Knit Emicon. I'm not particularly confident in my abilities with the bolties, even after doing all the shooter-born stuff. Like, I got all my kills by waiting a really long time and then having people stand still. I'm not really the high octane sniper. It's not my playstyle. Oops. I carry the MPA team in the 4 times in my secondary, just work on shoot 1 passive. I get lucky enough to take a shot. It just takes ages though, even then. It just takes a really long time. Tried going for it, but drive myself insane or impatient. For shooter 1, I get that. I think for Psycho Sniper and stuff, you actually need to really do it. Finish Psycho 1's Shoreline was tough. Yeah, it's just like, as we were saying, right? It's the not getting killed part, which is the hard bit. Anyway, so I'm just thinking, like, what do I actually need? I don't really need anything. Maybe I just take, like... I'm just doing for shoot 1? Yeah. Thinking, like, maybe I just take an IFAC. Or something. And a freaking cat. Just go with that. Like, really bare bones. Afternoon, feminist. What's up? Yeah, so the idea behind this new DLSS 4.5 thing is that some of the temporal effects have been removed. I'm not sure exactly 100% how it works. I was reading the document earlier. I was just like skimming through it. Have you been getting MXLR back in insurance a lot? Yeah, relatively, yeah. I haven't been using it for a bit because I was having to do Tarkov Shooter 7, which took me ages. How are the raids going today? They are mixed, I would say. Well, I mean, the thing is, every death sets us back to 0 on these quests. So it's a bit tricky. Yeah, once you have 2 to 3 kills, maybe think about bringing a secondary. Yeah, exactly. Better armor. Yeah, that's the thing. So like once we're past the first point, we'll go in with like the good stuff. Like, you know, when I had the 2 kills before, I was using class 6 armor. I was using, you know, ULAC. I had a, you know, an NL, like whatever it was, NL545 I think is my primary, and then something else is my secondary. Like we'll go with it. We'll gear up through the kills basically. Like at 0-0 though, there's no point on the first one not going with something cheap. A lot of MXLRs going around with the Christmas tree craft. I mean, you can buy them on the flea and stuff, so there's quite a lot of them anyway. But do you think I'm fine with the 3090 for a while, or upgrading to 40 or 50 series as the play? I don't know, because the problem is to get the same like grunt out of the GPU, you're gonna have to upgrade to a very expensive 40 or 50 series GPU. So it's a very tough question. I think 3090, like going from the 3090 is hard, because going from the 3070 was like much easier ask. Are you going to be cold about Balaclava? Oh yeah, I forgot. Forgot about that. Yeah, on Tarkov it doesn't matter at all with the 3090, but yeah, I don't know about other games. It's just annoying that a lot of the the techs aren't coming for those lower series ones. It's a bit weird. Yeah, like Tarkov is like mostly CPU related. Yeah, like, you know, your 3090 like way outperforms like the 5700 or 5800 X3D. You'll be bottlenecked by the CPU before anything else. Never paying 440 euros for RAM. Man, we'll have to see what happens. I don't think the prices are can stay like this forever, by the way. Oh, yeah, you're not the guy with 3090. No, of course. I get my chat messages mixed up. I don't think they'll stay like... They're not going to stay like this forever. I really don't think they will. Oh, man. Your friend of mine together. Wondering if I need to upgrade my 2080 to play on 4040p. How much VRAM has it got? Consumer market just isn't what they care about anymore. The incumbents, for sure. The incumbents, for sure. Factory always full of cheaters? It normally isn't for me. No, so the incumbents say they don't care about consumer RAM, alright? But like, it was profitable previously to produce RAM for 80 to 90 pounds for 2 sticks of like 32 gig DDR5. It's now like 400 because of demand. But it hasn't got more expensive per se to actually make the RAM, right? So my prediction is that, and it might be, you know, probably will take a year, but you'll have more. You'll get new people entering the market. Like those existing companies are saturated with demand from AI companies, so that's fine. They're taking themselves out of the market. Somebody else will come in and do it though. If it's 4 times the price, it would be crazy to think that someone else isn't going to step in. There'll be more people who will build RAM, And that would drive the prices back lower again. Can't say you don't want to choose maybe this way. Then literally, that's like the first two. That's like the first two. 8 gig. It depends on where you're going to set your textures. 8 gig is light. You won't be able to play high. You probably have to play medium at the highest. You think it would be that easy to set up RAM factories? No. Which is the reason why I think it's going to take a year. But it's not impossible, right? There are other players that have the expertise to do it that currently don't do it because the margins don't make sense, but could do it if it's 4 times the price. You know, do you think that the people who are making RAM right now, like, are the only people in the entire world that are capable of making RAM at that price? I doubt it. Well, maybe it's a bit more expensive for the others to figure it out, do a bit of R&D, whatever it might be, right? Or just poach staff, right? That's usually the way this stuff gets done. You just poach the staff, and I know this stuff is supposed to be corporate secrets, but you know, it's startup costs are in the billions. Well, yeah, it takes someone huge, but there are huge companies out there to do it. You know, you'll probably find there'll be probably some Chinese companies that will do it. There'll be some other people like various places that are like doing similar enough things to think, should we enter this market? Like, okay, this is probably a good opportunity. Like the moat, and they'll have the same thought, right? But the other way around, like the moat is high. There's only so many people that can do this. We have the expertise. We can actually hire some people who know the precise things that we need to do to make it work. Like it's like it's very knee-jerk right now. Like these things typically don't persist. Yeah, the tech sector high performance RAM isn't all that big. It isn't. It isn't. But now it might be. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of assumptions here saying like, oh, you know, like there's 3 companies who are doing it. Like it's changed, right? The world has changed. It's like an EFT in some ways. Like EFT is like a little micro niche. It's different, obviously. It's not the same thing. But like it's interesting where, let's take like cowboy hats. They're like cheap on the flea. It'd be interesting to see the data. I don't think it goes back that far on Tarkov.dev. They're probably just on Tarkov Market. Like cowboy hats cheap. People just wear them fashion, whatever. And then suddenly they introduce the barter. The price of the cowboy hats like rip because there's not enough. And then people start farming them in raid, and then the price goes down, right? Like we're in the rip bit. Obviously, this doesn't fix itself in a day or two like it does in the Tarkov economy, because the stuff in the Tarkov economy is like, you know, the economy rebalances itself fairly rapidly because people just like change their looting priority, right? We're talking about behavior over hours. Obviously, this is completely different, but that's why I was just like, well, this will probably take like a year or something, you know? At least a year or 2 years. So yeah, it's going to suck for a while. But I personally don't think it'll stay like this forever. And I understand the counter arguments. There's only so many companies that do it, yada yada yada. But I think like I just don't think you really get anything that, unless it really is something very very like super specialist. I just don't think you can have a quadrupling in price of a commoditized product of some description without other people coming in and the market rebalancing itself in some fashion on some time frame. What the time frames actually are, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I'm not sure. So. Takes years to set up big production lines. Well, yeah, maybe. Sure. But like, what if you're already making like motherboards? You know, you've already got like some of the stuff already. There's economies of scale for these big corporations to do it. Motherboard manufacturers have a huge... Yeah, so motherboard manufacturers have a huge incentive to make RAM. It stays expensive. They're out of business as well. That's also true. I hope you're right about how to see it. I don't know. I think it's very easy to be like very doomy about it. I don't think it necessarily will come back to the prices that it was at before. I think a reasonable estimation of what might happen is that it may go back to like 2 times the price or something. Like often these things never actually reset fully. Where was that from? Assuming it stays 4 times the price, the timeline is the issue. Do you think demand will stay so high that it's worth billions to spend for Fab 5 years from now? It depends on their bet on AI, really. I was playing Scav, thankfully. My work focus in semi-manufacturing, it's absolutely insane. I can imagine. I can imagine it's like completely mental right now. What is going on? It's like... I mean, do I report this guy as well? Is he just new? Did I just get shot with MPX? I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know. Like, what the hell, man? This is the worst I've ever seen it. Hold on a sec. I just got to do something for the wife. There we go. Oop. Then he dropped my phone. Yeah, so what does your wife think about this? In general? In relation to this? Like, is it only going to get worse? Are other people going to step in? Is it possible? No different than crypto, GPUs 2020s, GTX 1060 GPUs going for like 300. Now GPU prices are fine. Like, things don't ever persist in the crazy state forever. They're stressed for a reason, and then it fixes itself. I could be wrong, but I believe the technology here is way more niche than it may appear. There's one producer, the real key is AI bubble bursting. I don't think you even need the AI bubble to burst, actually. I think one of the big, like, downside risks for the compute space, at least, is things like, you know, mass optimizations being made, so like cost per token going down, like processing power cost per token going down dramatically, for example. And then there's like, actually it turns out there's huge overspend on the infrastructure. But the big tech guys basically are saying this, right, which is just like, they can't afford to be behind in the race. So if you need the infrastructure at this scale, they would rather invest in the infrastructure and have overinvested than underinvest and be wrong and then just be like losing the race, if that makes sense. So I think you can probably count on an overspend in AI tech. That's probably that's very obvious to me. Like, imagine if they suddenly came out with some breakthrough. This is just hypothetical, right? But it just shows you the types of things that might happen. If suddenly they came out with a breakthrough where they can get the same performance as GPT 5.2 at 1 million times less processing power per token, for whatever reason, I don't know, a mathematical breakthrough, the AI solves itself, some, you know, minimizing equation, or I don't know, something. Then, like, everyone's dramatically overspent on the processing power. Like, yeah, it will probably get used up for other things, sure, but, like, you know, that'll have an effect. That'll have an effect for certain. So, but you never know, right? You never know. We don't really know what's around the corner. Stuff is it's moving so fast that it's hard to know. Hard to know what is going to happen. If AGI is real, all that matters is being first. Yeah, exactly. And you know, people are debating on, like, is this a dead end? Is it actually going to lead to AGI, or is it not able to because it's fundamentally flawed at some point, right? Like, this is an important piece of technology that we've invented here, but can you just scale it to AGI, or does that not happen? Like, nobody knows the answer to that question. There are lots of people who think they know the answer to that, or not necessarily think, lots of people speculating on the answer to that question. But nobody knows for sure what the answer to that question actually is. Why do I have so many military flash drives? I think I must have bought loads by accident. Do you see the new Atlas robot? I've seen a couple. I can't remember if I saw the very latest one. I'm not sure. Old Fusion. Even just normal Fusion. You know what, though? In saying that, like, given we're on the topic, I actually have high hopes that AI might actually help with Fusion. I'm a big Fusion, you know, big Fusion guy. I'd love Fusion to work. It's like, I think we should be using a lot of, you know, a lot more of humanity's resources on solving that problem rather than many of the others. But, you know, there's actually quite a lot of promise for AI in fusion research, because you can do things like you can use like a neural net to control the plasma in real time better than you can use like an ordinary system, for example, which would be sick. If AI solves fusion, that would be sick. Maybe it's a pipe dream, but that would be amazing. Are you just doing profitable artists for the sake of it? Well, at some point, well, the sake of it being like making money. The issue being that, you know, there are quite a lot of money sinks in this game if you choose to use them, so it's better to have more resources than less. I'm going to do the story at some point. You need like an enormous amount of cash for it, so. And I'm sort of just absent-mindedly doing them while I'm talking about AI. Oh, news came out today. No, I haven't seen that then. They say it's running on NVIDIA hardware. What isn't? Fusion will be sold likely in the next 5 years. I bloody hope so. It's been 15 years away for, like, every 15 years for the past 40 years. It's a hard problem. Fusion is not easy. You bought them flash drives, so you won't get them for the cultist circle. Ah, did I? Yes, although I seem to have more still somehow. Maybe I picked up more. Maybe I got them in the drops. Possible. Seems like a ritual. It basically is. It's just like, it's like the Tarkov equivalent. Like this stuff is the Tarkov equivalent of like swirling a pen round in your fingers, or, you know, shuffling the cards together like a pack of cards, or many things. It's the Tarkov equivalent of that. I'd be happy with the RAM price hike if the Clankers solve fusion. There you go. There you go. That's our line here. That's our demand. You can have our RAM. We'll have to game on the cloud, but you got to make my electricity free. That is our demands, and we are sticking to them. Is it possible to get GPSA and MCC from the cultist circle? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Huge nuclear enjoyer here. AI might actually help in this regard because the power demand is massive. Yes. And they need to figure it out some way. You know, they were all talking about, like, micro-reactors at one point, which I don't know if that's really feasible. Like, they're just trying everything. Right, so what we're going to do then? So we need to actually get our ass in gear and avoid factory. Apparently that's not going to happen. So we're going to do some M700 work instead. And we'll take another gun with us, not the Marlin, because I'm probably just going to die at close range, but what other guns do I actually want to take? I was going to, you know what, we could use this as an opportunity to use some other guns too. Ah, I know what we could do. Oh, we do need to finish these other quests actually, so we need to finish this Colaton thing. Where do we need to go? Oh, I literally just need to do reserve. Okay, so we'll do reserve. I don't have a test drive to do there. So maybe what we'll do then is we'll make an MCX. Actually, do I want to do MCX next? Yeah, the M6 makes sense. It makes sense as a gun to use. I think I might just take the lower, honestly. I'm going to rebuild this thing right from scratch, I think. Oh, where's it gone? Where even is it? I so wish you could sort the inventory from the bottom up. We know it's possible now, just making it efficient. The thing is, there is quite a big difference between getting fusion to work and getting it to work like in a sustained way. They are quite different, and it is hard. What is the lowest recoil build? Should we find out? Sick. Let's just look at it for reference. And do shout if I'm missing something. Like if I'm, you know, if there's some compatibility that I've missed off, because I haven't really looked at this yet. Where's the barrel? There it is. Wait, no, where's the barrel? Where's the... Ah, here. Oh, you can't put, like, really anything on it. You can do the Thor. I guess you do 84. That's 10 more. That's 85. So Thor's technically slightly better. You might be better off the mid-length barrel actually, because I'm locked out of all of the good suppressors here. But we'll build this just to start with, just to see what it looks like, and then we can take it from there. You can get this new. So we can compare that in a sec because it's a standalone stock. I think it's this new SIG stock. I think. We'll check it all out. So this one you can get this. Yeah, look at this. So this is like really good. 2 extra ergo, and it beats out using this thing, the knuckle adapter, and the ARE, and the MOE, and the pad, which is insane actually. How much does it cost? 22k. That's good. That's solid. Because the ARE on its own is like 20 grand or something, isn't it? Oh no, it's 10. Okay, well it's still cheaper. Because this is 12 or something, and then the rubber butt pad's like another 10, 15 actually. So yeah. Okay, so that's good for this gun. Nice. Okay. Are you looking at a list of guns? I've got a list of stuff that I want to use. Yeah, I've got on my list. Why would current LLMs help us on that front? AI can't come up with new ideas. You're thinking about ChatGPT though. Like you know, neural networks and AI is bigger than just like LLMs. It's bigger than just large language stuff, right? Like you can train a model to do other stuff. So you can train them to do things that like. So long as you have enough data, you can get them to kind of do whatever you like, right? If you have like, you know, a petabyte of like plasma fusion containment magnet data, for example, you can plug that into a neural network, right, which is like more generic version, and then get that to control instabilities in the plasma, for example, by controlling the superconducting magnets in real time, for example. Right? We're not talking about like ChatGPT, like so specifically. We're talking about like the broader like AI push, because there's other stuff that they do. Because that's not really like making anything new. It's like the ones that they use in hospitals for recognizing on like cancerous stuff on scans, for example. Like it's very good like image recognition for that kind of thing. Can we make an AI streamer and a VTuber avatar? I mean, I think people have already done it. I think there's whole channels that have got like Minecraft simulations or whatever. All right, sorry, I'm getting so distracted. This is an interesting chat though. Like I'm looking into it a lot. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily like pro AI or anti AI. Particularly, I'm just like, oh my god, you could put a cheek riser on this thing. Holy moly! Okay, this thing is like super good. Didn't realize that. Defiance front, Defiance rear. They stole our 1 ergo. We will never forgive. We'll never forgive them. Okay, let's just so 52. That's all right. Let's do like MCX. I think is this the lowest recoil? I'm gonna try something else just to see what happens. So with if I take the handguard off, where's the handguard gone? Here. If I take the handguard off, I can then put the mid-length barrel on, which then allows me to put one of these things on. What's the best for this thing? CF12. Okay. We put the gas block back on. Now I think okay, we are quite limited here, so we're back to the T-lock situation. You know, maybe the other handguards let me do it differently. 64. This and then this guy. This is just theoretical. 59. Okay. 54 and what? 59? What was the other one? Meta build I've got is 52. This is no longer the meta build, is it? We just established this. Because it is in fact this. Although that's not actually right anymore. That's now 58. Delete that one. Okay, so you're kind of interchangeable, I think, between... Like, you can't put this on with this. So which is better, 58, 54? Or is it the same? Wait, that's a lot worse. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you need that. You need this as well. What do I have on this? SR? Yeah, I think you're better off this way. I think. Your offer's AFAC has expired. There's a way to test a weapon in the firing range without buying all the parts of the build. Only in arena. Do humans do faster or even more accurately? Maybe. Yeah, I think like. I think that's enough. Honestly, I think that's enough. Actually, does the TOS count for Zygo Sniper? I don't think it does, sadly. The only thing I've seen on AI today is got getting in trouble with EU UK. Well, that's because everyone was like being able to create like horrendous images. This is going to be really pricey. No, but on the basis that I really own the suppressor, I think. Can just run the other grip instead of the AC5? That's true. Yeah, you could just run the regular M-lock type one. Okay, well we'll just run 30s though, because I don't have the 60s one to hand. Sorry, the 45s one to hand, or the 40s to hand, I should say. Just gotta be a little careful with these. The end of accidentally putting 556 in there. Scary. Right, so CBJ, I guess I can buy this now. And then I've got a bit of M62 Tracer. So how much of this have I actually got? 308 of this, and then 160 of this. It's kind of like difficult to get enough for the MCX. You can't run the MCX all the time, because you can only get a bit of CBJ, and there's not really enough other calibers that you can get that like offset it, you know. Right, okay. So we're going to do reserve that one time, weren't we? So I've got Red Rebel, I've got Paracord. I just need to take the mask off when we do that. Take a mech. Actually, is that going to make me overweight? I'm overweight anyway, actually. Doesn't matter. Right. Okay. After a lot of prevarication and chat. I mean, I thought it was an interesting conversation, to be honest. Yeah. Exactly, Darkles. I think we're heading down a fairly dark path, or we could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually not saying that we're not, to be honest, because I don't know. And it could go either way. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. It looks cool? It does look cool. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of people talking about, you know, what happens if AI gets better than everybody at everything. Then what? Then what happens? There's like some very big questions about exactly how like society gets structured at that point, because our existing like economic framework, there's not like a smooth, you know, you can imagine a post-scarcity world where all of the basic necessities like agriculture and energy or whatever are all run by machines, fine. Even assuming that nothing goes wrong, right, which is its whole own problem. But even then, even if everything does go right, well then what, right? Then what? Because people need stuff to do. Like if it doesn't get like dealt with in a smooth fashion, people become just disillusioned, and you'll just get like civil unrest and society breaks down, kind of thing. So it's not an easy one. Any way to know if the light you're using on the gun is on or off related to point fire? Well, this one is a flashlight and a IR, so I just swap the mode, and if it turns on the flashlight, then I swap it back to the IR. Why did Santa just kill me? I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, auto-organize the hideout. Yeah, it'd be good if they did that stuff, I know. We don't need to wait for a new episode of Black Mirror. We actually don't. There's a lot of the stuff that... I stopped watching Black Mirror just because it's not very light watching. So I enjoyed it up to a point, and then I need to go back and carry on, but I kind of got a bit fatigued by it. Either visible or IR. This one, yeah. This flashlight is, yeah. Yeah, people have to be... Well, but people won't, right? People will have to be deliberate about... Yeah, no. Cognitive decline. Like, that's yet another problem. It's interesting. I do think that the gap between people who are, like, thoughtful and think about stuff, and the people who aren't thoughtful and don't think about stuff will also get wider, interestingly. You don't miss much. Season 2, 1 and 2 are the best. Which ones did I watch? When did I watch up to? Because there's quite a lot of it, isn't there? I started right at the beginning. Where did I get up to? They were quite good. What's this one? I watched up to episode 12. That's as far as I got. I haven't watched any more after that. They were quite good though. I'll probably go back to it at some point. My Great Heights is not syncing. That is tricky. Where am I? Oh, I'm in this room. You know, sometimes you can go up here and actually get some kills, which is quite funny. If you go up there quick enough, people are not really expecting you to be up there. That's BP. What do you know? Yeah, so for example, there we go, I've swapped it onto the right thing now. Wait, did he just go on the floor? I didn't kill him, right? I don't think I killed him. Yeah, I think he just went on the floor. Oh no, I did kill him. I somehow headshot him. Alright. Don't even know how I did that. Yeah, that was pretty neat, right? Okay, we need some arm stamina back. People always rush here for the mark room. He was going away. One of the most valuable books I've ever read, The Demon Haunted World by Sagan, talks about the future people in cognitive decline. He didn't predict it here, but the effect is the same. Interesting, not read it. Topic on Reddit from a mod verified cheater who came clean about the habit, played for 7 years uncaught, spent 4k on cheats to feed the habit. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. Yeah, the implication there is like the amount of time that they were playing for, you know, with cheats on. Wait. I got like a problem with my view distance or something. Or did the guy just lie down? Beautiful. Is this just going for Tarkov Shooter 7? No, I'm actually doing Tarkov Shooter 8. I'm doing multi-headshots. Reserve is the way? I mean, this is insane. Who's he shooting at, though? Guess he didn't hear the first shot. No. Can't have done. Nobody up there. Tarkov Shooter 8 is just multi headshots? Yeah, yeah. You gotta do them without dying though. So it's 3 bolty headshots, no deaths. That's just a scav, unfortunately. One more and we transit bug out of here. I've never done it, so I wouldn't trust it, to be honest with you. Wild quest. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it used to be 3 in 1 raid. So at one point in time, it was like really annoying. I use it all the time. I'm not going to do it. Bait nades. I want to have just a little peek over the top. And just see what the deal is first. Could be people at there. Could be people at there. People do come up here quite often because you get quite a good sight line in the bunkers. Where's that from? We might come looking for glue. Huh? Yeah, exactly. How many kills are you right now? 2. We were starting again. Oh, I didn't bring any more. Damn it. Didn't bring any more ammo for this gun. But anyway, it's fine. Maybe the guy. Oh, yeah, I'm not too stressed about ammo. It's just annoying that I couldn't refill my mag, but that's more me being like too much of a pedant probably about having packed mags than anything else. Is that scav still there? Yeah, he's not moved. I'll think about resetting at some point. Yeah, I GTFO'd out of factory. Yes, after dying to seemingly people like all over the place, sus accounts, it's just really odd. Oh, that's good for us. I forgot to bring a nade too, damn. Yeah, crates just for scavs. It does feel that way a bit, yeah. I mean, the map is... other than this, the map's completely dead. Where is everybody? I don't hear shots or nothing. 10 dead bodies in D2. Yeah, probably. Underground. Well. Can you see Dome? Just about. There's nobody in there. I never see anybody in Dome. Literally never see anybody in there. I hear very quiet footsteps. I haven't seen anyone. Miss the old test drive 2, this MP5's cheeks. Yeah, it's not amazing, is it? Just a scav. I got excited for a second there. It's also a scav. Okay, well, That's probably the PMC action we're getting for this raid, I would think. What's the plan? No backpack? I was just going to go up to Dome to leave, to be honest with you. That's what I usually do. We could go no BP, though. It's also possible. I usually find Domes, like, basically uncontested most of the time. That's a scav walking in. There's one over there. Just don't think there's really, yeah. Clearly no one around here now. Another scabby boy. Don't really want to attract their attention while I'm like out here. What we could do. Yeah, who needs a mech bag anyway? Exactly. And it'll probably come back in insurance. People don't usually take them. Okay, I think that's our cue to go. I think like, there's just scavs just wandering around all over the place, and there's nothing else happening here. You know what'll happen the moment that I step down out of here? It's just gonna be like, oh, PMC just like wanders straight over the hill. Usually how it happens.
Живо, это наша точка.
Nope. Amazing timing. Yeah, it's like, how's it even possible there's a scav in there? Like, it's not even possible. Bag's done anyway. I'm not gonna go up and get that guy. Just like inviting disaster if that happens, if I do that. Didn't mind that first one, but second one's a nope. Actually, to be honest, I should just go out of no BP, shouldn't I? It probably is safe. It probably is safe, honestly. Like, it probably is. When you got 2 kills down, you don't want to, try not to risk it as much as possible, you know. But the loot, I don't really care about the loot, honestly. Swap his gun to my gun, but again. I don't know what bullets he's got loaded in there, like... This is just quicker. And safer. We transit right into woods and be safe, leaving reserve. Oh, I didn't do the visor thing. That was why we were on reserve in the first place. You know what, though? Reserve actually kind of worked out. I feel like reserve is maybe not terrible for doing this. We'll see. Yeah, I should have swapped for the frostbite. I should have. Last time I did Psycho Sniper, bought 3 AP to factory. I'm just not very good with the bolties at close range, so I'm just going to end up getting killed by people who are just on full auto. AP or no AP. You know? Reserve is good as long as you don't spawn in one of the corners around on all sides. Yeah. I don't know how to fix the syncing thing. I don't know. Maybe log a thing with support. They'll probably take 2 weeks to get to it, but you may as well start it off. Lots of people saying it just like slowly fixes itself over time, but I don't know. Sadly, I do not know. I do not know the answer to fix them. Yeah, you'll just wait forever to get those spawns? Exactly. And we'll get a lay of the land, and then we'll figure out what to do afterwards. Like if we get the fuel one outside of... That's the one I hate the most. The one outside of the train station. Okay, so let's put a bit more of that in there. Hoping I get Taguchi to 8 and Psycho Sniper done in the time it takes me to get connections up north. Yeah, you'd hope. You'd hope. That one I just don't want to do. You don't need to do it for Kappa, so... I'd cry if I had to see that for Kappa. I'm not sure if I'd get Kappa if I had to see that one, honestly. What do we get? Yes. Oh, yeah, the Axle Parrot. We put that in, didn't we, on purpose? That was an actual recipe. So this now allows you to make these. Okay. I want my fancy 338. I guess this is the permanent account. Nice. Alright, fine. We do it again. We do it again. We'll try reserve again. I accepted the first trip out and not the second one. I'm so close to finishing it too. I'm at like 40 out of 50. It's so painful. It's the first wipe that I've managed to not accept the second half though. So we're getting better. We're improving. Right. Should really be an achievement though. As soon as I unlock M10, so there's the fact that I'm never prestiging. Someone in Pest Chat said they fixed the Cult Circle rig return. I managed to avoid accepting it, so I can't confirm. Yeah, I can't say I've had any, but I've been quite unlucky with the 6 hours as well, so... Linus Tarkov tips. Hello, Flutterberg. Man, man, man. Ugh. Did it accept Drip Out by accident, but I have no rig so far. Drip Out 1 is worse than Drip Out 2. Sorry, other way around. Drip Out 2 is worse than Drip Out 1. Drip Out 1, at least you get like the Wartech rigs on scavs. You also get the Burkup bags as well. Can bolt actions jam? They can, but it's very, very, very rare. Surprised not more people on stream hitting you with that one. Yeah, true. It's mainly a YouTube Shorts thing. For some reason. Oh. Crazy unlucky with the 6 hour. I've actually had like 3 in the last sort of 48 hours. But before that, I basically spent a week on like 14 hours. It was crazy. First time I tumbled on your videos, I was like, for sure I'm not the only one thinking that. And there it was in the comment section. Without fail, especially shorts. Especially shorts. Did anybody come to this live stream like from shorts initially? Because I guess been doing them for a while now. And some of them have got like decent views these days. Anybody see a short first before seeing anything else? Like back in the day, it was all long form. All the longer tutorial stuff. Me, I guess. Okay. Interesting to know. It's one of those things you always wonder, like is it worth doing? They don't take that much, like, they're easy-ish to make, though, so... It's more just, like, being disciplined and remembering, like, what happened in the raids. Came to the stream from a long-form video. I mean, that's, like, overwhelming majority, I think. Right. Let's see. Where are we this time? Oh, no, this is the sport I was talking about! No. No. Oh no. Okay. We're just gonna stay here. This is terrible. I don't remember how I found you on YouTube, probably Gunsmith or something. Yeah. Reset? I can't. Maybe run up into the scav tower to left. Also, bad idea. We all came here from Gunsmith and pretending otherwise is silly. Because if I go that way, there's a spawn over there that might see me. Why no backpack? Because I have to like get through the map and like fight people. Oh yeah, quest. Oh yeah, so I'm doing Tarkov Shooter at 8, so you have to get 3 bolty headshots without dying. And I have 2. Therein lies the conundrum. I do like your shorts though, and with a lot of good bits off like ridiculous jank. I know. It's mostly just like me getting, you know, cucked in various ways by the game. It's quiet. It's actually really quiet. Not aware how far you were. Okay. I might be able to see that sniper tower from here, just on the off chance that someone's in it. No, they're not. Yeah, get a little bit of height. Yeah, not here. Not here. Well, there's something. Okay. Anything at Dome? No. Okay. That flare. Maybe someone doing the Christmas tree event? Okay. I don't see anyone. I don't hear anyone. In this section of the map, this is really unusual. Blue flare? I hope not. Awkward if it is. There's nobody in that one. That's a scav. Dude, this is super weird. 5 man rushing underground, 1 Timmy carrying in the bunker. Seems like it. I mean, I guess I should push out, right? How long have I got on my freaking painkillers? 50 seconds. Okay, we'll slam another golden star and then... I don't know, really. Maybe head up towards Dome way. Are you trying out the new 4.5 DLSS? No, I don't use NVIDIA Profile Inspector, but I probably should. I probably should start. I don't believe it works via the NVIDIA app. At least on EFT. No, might like be somebody in that freaking tower watching me now, so I can't even prepare. Okay, there's a shot, finally. There's someone at your window. What, IRL? Other people camp behind the houses where you're going. I've not seen many, but we'll be careful. Yes, IRL. I wonder who that could be. Is it dome time? Well, I actually think it would be dome time. But I think I have to go. I think I've like missed out my time. Unfortunately. Like misunderstood how much time I have available. The time has got away from us, my friends. I think I'm supposed to be doing something, so I'm gonna have to go. Can use just use the normal app. It didn't work for me. It was just putting it on the old one. Thanks for streaming the interesting convos. Yeah, we'll see how it all pans out, my friends. We'll see how it all pans out. Right. Who are we going to go and raid? Let's go and see. People playing base game rather than arena PPLEOs. Let's go and grab Mr. Chalky. GG's, good to see the task being worked out. Yeah, but we've got 2 out of 3, so it's a bit of an awkward way to end. But obviously I won't do anything until later. So Until we're on next. So we shall see. Anyway, good to have talk with me, and I will catch you all very soon. Ciao for now. Bye-bye, friends.